Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for another Skytubers video here on the channel. This premiere is going live on July 13th, so already we're more than halfway through the year of 2024, and the question, where have all the Skytubers gone, has somehow only just beckoned on me. I've made an entire trilogy of videos dedicated to highlighting quality, passionate, as well as underappreciated content being created for the Skytubers franchise by those creators really incredibly talented here on YouTube. It astonishes me that the first video I made dedicated to showcasing just how active and passionate this community is through its content creators, it was first uploaded over 3 years ago. Man, how time has passed quickly since then. But in the passing years since, a large number of these creators have either moved on to different forms of content, stopped making new videos altogether, removed all of their videos, or in some cases they've deleted their channels entirely. This has unfortunately rendered all of these old videos useless when it comes to their original purpose, which is having a place to find all of the best active Skytubers content creators all in one video. Especially since there have been just as many awesome new Skytubers entering into the mix as there have been those older ones who've left us over the last few years. So this video is ultimately going to have 3 main points behind it. Firstly, I want to give advice to people who want to start up their own Skytubers YouTube channels in 2024. Then we'll have an in-depth showcase of a ton of current active Skytubers. Finally, I wish to celebrate not only the strength of our community, but my own personal achievements as well, and that is how we will be concluding the video. These 3 chapters of the video come with their respective timestamps in the description below, so feel free to peruse through this video as you deem fit. But first things first, my aim is that you'll have something to take away from this video by the end of it. If you enjoy, please remember to leave a like and comment on this video, and whilst you're down there, smash that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my awesome videos. That being said, it's time for the intro without further ado. One of the responses to the question posed by the title of this video, Skytubers in 2024, where are they now? Well, it could be that they currently aren't here because they haven't even started being Skytubers yet. As stated before the intro, the first chapter of this video is dedicated to advice that I want to give to those potential up-and-coming Skytubers. Firstly, it's about the draw to your channel. You want a name which both emphasises your passion for Skytubers whilst not being too generic. Channel names with the words Portal Master could be interpreted by people outside of our community as a reference to the game Portal in and of itself. These people may click on your channel expecting content based around those games and will wind up disappointed that your channel is dedicated to something else entirely. There's also the fact that Portal Master is a very common phrase in the channel name for Skytubers. If there is someone like me who subscribes to a lot of different Skytubers, then when your subscriptions are listed in alphabetical order, you'll wind up mixed amongst all of these other channels, and people won't be able to distinguish your channel very easily from the others.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
So now, when they're looking for your specific content to watch, they may not even be able to find you in their subscription feed, and this could hurt your ability to grow as a content creator. The same problem applies to anyone with the name Skytubers in their channel. Obviously, if that's still what you want to call your channel, then don't let my words sway you. Your channel name should be something significant to you and something that you have personal attachment to. There are still other channels with this kind of name that have done phenomenally, such as Saving Skylands. Skylands is another common term amongst names for Skytubers, but Victor has grown his channel in a very short amount of time and that is due to a number of factors which we'll cover later, but for now I'm just using his channel as a point of reference to prove that this isn't a hard and fast rule. I just think it's much cooler and it helps you to stand out when you have much more of a clever name which hints at the Skylands world. It's something that fellow fans of the franchise can immediately recognise, but then at the same time it can still stand out in a subscription feed that's listed in alphabetical order. Cloudbreaker is the perfect example of this, cloud referencing for sky, where the Skylands itself can be found, and the breaker part of name afterwards implied some sort of jailbreak perhaps? Well, the famous jail in the Skylands is the Cloudcracker Prison, adding more significance to the word cloud in the name as well. It's a clever pun which Skylanders fans will recognise, and being a channel name that begins with C rather than P or S means this channel stands out when all your subscriptions are put into alphabetical order. Try to be clever with your channel name, or just name it whatever feels right to you and whatever you're proud to be referred to as. I chose the name Ignite the Fire because I thought the name was cool, and then I later changed the wording to make a clever pun out of it. That's why my channel name is the way that it is. Also, after having chosen a name, try to stick to it. Changing your channel name confuses your subscribers who don't recognise your channel until they've clicked on it or watched a video from it. This can lead to early subscription drops, but all that leads into our next point. Uniformity. Ensure all your thumbnails and graphics have a clear, distinctive, memorable and consistent style. This way, before people even see the title of a video or the channel name of the creator who published it, they will immediately know who made the video and what it's about. Take my style for example, I always have the fire pattern at the bottom of the thumbnail so you know the video comes from this channel just by seeing the thumbnail alone. This would really help to nullify all of the issues I talked about earlier when it comes to your channel name. This way you can change the channel name as many times as you like, and you can have a name that meshes in with all of the other Skytubers as much as you like, because with uniform, people will still be able to tell from your thumbnail style and graphical design that the videos have been created by you, and they'll find those videos more easily when they wish to watch them. Also remember that in thumbnail design, less is more. If you bombard the thumbnail with dozens of images, these images become too small and imperceivable to the viewer, so they won't be able to tell what the video is about. Use contrast and colours to draw their attention to the thumbnail, and use only a couple of images to showcase what the video is about. When using text in the thumbnail, I find it's best to use words that aren't found in the title, as they can act as a means to sell the viewer on the video, and a secondary means of which to convey the content that can be found in the video outside of what the title already implies the video is about. In a ranking video, for example, you'll title it as a level ranking video, since that's what it is, and the viewers are looking for exactly just that. So they'll click on the video wanting a level ranking video, but in the thumbnail you can also use the text worst to best, so the viewer knows before clicking on the video which order you're ranking the levels in, and it will be easier for them to navigate if they're only interested in what your best and worst choices are. They can watch the worst choice and then skip to the end for the best choice. Without this, they might not be clear in which order your ranking is, so when skipping through parts of the video they'll wind up confused by the order of the ranking, and they might even think your best pick is your worst pick. If you have a popular best pick, then the viewer thinks you've chosen that as the worst, and it could instantly annoy them, and they wouldn't want to watch past that point in the video as a result. They may even dislike the video and leave some nasty comments. Viewers also do this when the video title is inaccurate. If they were promised a ranking video in the title and it's a discussion video, they'll feel as though they've been tricked, and they'll be frustrated by having wasted their time clicking on the video. In your thumbnail, it's also a good idea to use circles or arrows, as that draws viewers' attention once again. You can have an arrow from the word worst pointing to a level, which could imply that this level is your choice for the worst in the ranking. This immediately pulls your viewers' attention to the thing you're highlighting with the arrow. It doesn't have to be your actual choice for the worst level. In fact, I wouldn't recommend that because it would spoil the video before the viewers even had the chance to watch it. You could use this to imply that you've chosen a very popular level as the worst choice, which would make viewers click on the video as they're thinking to themselves, there is no way that's the worst on their ranking. That level is so good. I'm going to watch the video to see how they justify putting such a great level so low on their ranking. which is known as rage bait, and you might think misleading viewers like this is a bad idea, but remember, these are just extra contextual clues. They're not lies. The viewer is still getting what's advertised. In this case, that's a level ranking video. They're just being given an extra reason to click on the video to see if that's actually your choice for the worst level or not, or just to see how you'll justify if that's actually what you're considering for worst level. Either way, they've clicked on your video because of the curiosity you've generated with the thumbnail design. It also makes your video seem all the more interesting to viewers that are already curious by utilising these psychological techniques. But when it comes to other things I've just alluded to in this topic, such as viewers skipping through videos or nasty comments, we'll touch more upon these later on. Keep all your videos and playlists so that different video topics can be found by audiences more easily. Sometimes viewers just want to find a particular video, but they aren't aware of the video's title to search for it directly on YouTube. With playlists, it shortens the time they spend looking for the video, because they simply just need to scroll through the playlist of the topic they're looking for, and they can tell from the thumbnail, so long as it's well designed, which video within the playlist is the one they're looking for. Plus, it's very easy to binge through videos of the same topic if you're interested purely in that topic when they're all in one playlist. So if a viewer wants to go through and watch a lot of discussion videos all in a row, then they can find that easily via the playlist features on your YouTube channel page. Now, a great friend of mine, Nolan, is looking to get back into content creation after a long hiatus. Before he's even published any new videos, his channel already looks clean and presentable, with polished and uniform graphics that all look incredibly nice, and they share the same style to make you well aware that everything here all comes from the same creator. In other words, he's created for himself a brand and he sticks to it. He also has playlists, so when looking for a video from a particular topic on his channel, those specific videos will be incredibly easy to find. So we've touched upon the importance of a channel name, the channel style when it comes to the thumbnail and graphic design, as well as keeping the presentation of a channel neat and putting videos into playlists to make them easier to find by viewers, or so that they can easily binge through videos of the same topic. But what about the content in and of itself? I have many tips when it comes to this, so grab some popcorn and get comfortable because we're going to be here for a while. Firstly, never rush your videos. Research them and ensure your facts are accurate after having wrote the initial script. You get the slightest thing wrong and you will hear about it in the comment section, no matter how much you get right by comparison. So be ready to have a slice of humble pie, as I like to call it, and admit to your mistakes, since that will reflect well on you in the comment section. Plus, we all make mistakes. It's not exactly a crime to do so. We're only human after all. But one other thing is to make sure your videos have finalized edits and watch them back from beginning to end, as some viewers will be watching your video from beginning to end as well, and they don't want to see any editing errors or bloopers that just blow out for video runtime for no reason whatsoever. Plus, it's confusing to them and makes very little sense as to why such things were kept in the first place. So be sure to watch the video through the entirety and remove any of those. Plus, you can keep them engaged throughout and reward them for watching the entire thing with a consistently high production quality. When I say high production quality, I don't mean you need to go out and spend money to hire out sets and equipment to make your videos look and sound better. Making a YouTube video doesn't have to break the bank. Just bring all your assets for a video together in a means which flow and maintain a fast pacing, or keeps the topic interesting without too many deviations if that's what the video calls for. Give this a personal style which feels like it's yours. It can be a similar inspired style to something else you've seen before, or something completely original to you, but the key is to make the video your own and make it something you yourself would love to watch. Creators who make videos that they're really into and clearly enjoy making have an energy which passes along to the viewer. It's contagious in a way, and they start to feel that same enjoyment too. Videos that don't have that same flair and passion tend to feel dull and lifeless. As for the topics you cover, I highly recommend covering popular topics for your first few videos. I'm talking ranking and collection based videos, as these are popular, viewers are always going to be on the lookout for them, and in time they'll eventually stumble across yours and click on it wanting to see what makes your content different to that which they've seen from other creators beforehand. Plus, you'll always receive comments from interested viewers who want to know what your favourite level is or who your favourite scanner is. They'll want to see your collection and know about your opinion on topics such as for nerfed cores and imaginators, and they'll want to know what your best, most favoritist gimmick is. With content like this, you'll already have their questions answered. Making creative and unique videos certainly is fantastic, and I would never discourage that, as I myself love to see such creative and outlandish concepts that no other channel could come up with. That's what makes your channel that much more unique, and it gives you sort of an edge over other Skytubers by offering that content you don't see anywhere else. That there is your unique identity, so to say. But when viewers are too busy looking for popular concepts on YouTube instead, they're going to just completely miss those outlandish and creative videos altogether. After you've garnered that initial audience, then you should spring for the ambitious projects, because those videos will garner views fast, and the people who haven't yet discovered your channel because they're looking for such creative and outlandish content instead of for popular concepts, well, they'll finally find your video and be impressed by the unique style and creative, outlandish ideas that they don't see anywhere else. It's ultimately about creating the content that people are on the lookout to see, and this really encourages people to subscribe, as they know you'll have something to offer which they won't find anywhere else, and they'll want to know when they can watch more of it. They'll want to know when your next video has been released. Plus, because you've adhered to the style that your pre-existing viewers know you for, from the popular concepts you've already explored, then they'll be happy to still watch the same style unfold before them, no matter the concept of the video. It's a great way to encourage them to also try new things and watch videos they'd otherwise ignore. Once again, this isn't a hard and fast rule. I've seen plenty of other content creators grow by going down either pathway. Like your channel name, it's best to experiment as much as possible and find what best works for you, as personal preference is what keeps channels running, because it means you'll enjoy what you're doing for longer, and you'll never lose that ambitious and energetic flair your viewers love you for in the first place. It's easy to get burnt out fast, so always do what's comfortable and enjoyable for you and work by your own schedule. This leads to our next point, which is about not getting disheartened or discouraged by either mean commenters or viewers skipping through the video. I know it's upsetting when you spend countless hours slaving away at a video only for people to skip through it and then ask questions that were answered in the video because they just skipped that part and have wound up confused. Don't get angry with these people, just answer the question. Viewers really appreciate that. It's a kind and welcoming attitude, which might even encourage the viewer to watch through the video for the part they missed. When you've been resilient and left an interaction in a positive manner, it shows strength of character, which is the exact reputation you want. Even failing to impress the commenter, you might impress someone else who comes along and sees how well you've handled the situation, encouraging them to subscribe as they want to see more from your heartwarming attitude. It's all a constant loop feeding back into itself. You should always do the right thing, as you never know who will come across it and benefit from it. Viewers skipping through the video is why some people don't bother editing their videos all the way through, and why they don't bother watching it back. They leave in for mistakes and put in half the required effort because they're of the opinion that if most people are just going to skip this part, then why bother? Just remember that viewers have busy schedules of their own, and sometimes they just want a specific thing from a video rather than sitting through the entire thing. Ask yourself, how many times do I sit through the credits at the end of a film? People have put effort into those, they're part of the film's runtime, yet we often skip them anyway. This is because we each have limited time on this earth, and we want to spend it our own way and not feel a sense of lost time doing things which don't feel necessary to us, like sitting through the credits. So try to be a little bit more forgiving to those viewers and maybe even tailor to their needs. In this video, I've created chapters to make it easier to navigate for people who only want to watch the video for specific things. So I've made the video easy for them to navigate. especially if they're here for the active Skytuber showcase, as they're not bothered about all of this instead. So do things the right way every time, no matter what, because you're doing something in an isolated view of just your own perspective. You never know what knock-on effect that has and who's still watching at that point. So you should act as though those viewers are always watching or always reading your responses, because if you do things that way like it's always happening, then it's bound to be that you're always being your best self. But my final piece of advice is to not ignore the stats you find in YouTube Studio. This is a great program for summarizing your YouTube data. You can easily find your main demographics so that you can find out who's watching, what they're watching, and when they're watching it. Using this data, you can tailor what content you make, who you tailor the content towards, and when you upload it. Of course, this is all in the interest of growing your channel. The best advice I can give is to simply just enjoy the journey, make the videos you want to make, and eventually the audience will come. If you're on the fence about becoming a Skytuber making content, don't be. We're a very welcoming and friendly community, as we seek mainly to help each other out, and by helping to better each other, we also better ourselves. It could take a while to find your style. Maybe you found it already and aren't confident in it. The best you can do is just to start up your channel anyway and try to stick with it. But also keep yourself safe at all times. Never give out personal information, and don't show your face if you're not confident. Anyone under the age of 18 years old, I highly encourage you ask a parent or guardian's permission before putting your face on the internet. But most importantly, dedicate yourself. It takes a lot of time to build that initial audience, and even more time after that to continue to grow that audience. I've been making YouTube videos for over 7 years now, and only for the past 3 years have I been over 1,000 subscribers. But I will tell you this, no matter how long the wait is, the reward is well worth it. Never compare yourself to others. I'd drive myself crazy if I were to judge myself against all the other Skytubers that have grown much more quickly than I have. A fundamental element to YouTube is also luck. Sometimes you'll be lucky enough to have a video randomly blow up and gain thousands of subscribers as a result, but one popular video does not make you a success. You have to keep up with both the quantity and quality, as people who've subscribed to you will expect a certain level, and if you fail to maintain that, they'll lose interest and unsubscribe. But you should always put quality first, and take breaks to avoid stressing over it, as nothing is worth that level of stress. In times of stress, that's when you ignore this advice, as we all need to follow our own path. I just love to see new Skytubers commit and invest into themselves. Nothing is more heartbreaking than when a small Skytuber feels discouraged by their lack of growth and they just stop making Skyness content altogether as a result. But I also understand about where breaks need to be taken to maintain a healthy state of mind. After all, your health is what comes first. That's not what it should be, that's what it is. But that's pretty much the entirety of my advice for Skytubers looking to start. The main takeaway is that I really think you should give it a go. I'm confident your content will be awesome, and as long as you stay safe, literally no harm can come from you trying something new, and you might even learn some new skills along the way. Skills about media creation, video editing, or perhaps even social skills you can pick up from the community you build and for people you interact with. These skills might even come in handy in future. But with that being said and done, let's move on to the next chapter of the video already. Another response to the question posed by the title of the video, Skytubers in 2024, where are they now? Is that a lot of previous Skytubers covered by my previous Skytuber showcases have either moved on to different forms of content, stopped making new videos altogether, removed all their videos, or deleted their videos entirely. As we're halfway through the year, I'm considering the utmost active Skytubers to be those that have been making content relatively consistently throughout this year thus far. The full showcase will feature the channels that you can check out when looking for consistent and reliable sources of quality Skyness content. They will all be found linked in the description below, and they'll obviously be featured in the Skytuber showcase as well. But that's not to say there aren't other content creators that still make Skyness content. They just either do so on a less frequent basis, they haven't uploaded in over 6 months, or if they upload mostly content dedicated to other things. I still want to give these channels the spotlight they deserve, as they've made some great content in the past, which you can always go back to and watch through at any time. Plus, any single one of them have potential to come back and become active Skytubers again, so I'll give them all a shout out, and you can choose whether to subscribe to them or not. But they're certainly worth keeping your eyes out for. So those channels in alphabetical order are as follows, and I apologise in advance if I butcher the pronunciation of any of these names. Adam, aka Todd, Adam O'Sullivan, All About Skarners, Alpha Ambush, Artioka, Blades of Skylands, Boom Enchiladas, Camo Tan, Chef of a Oven, Chompy, Chop Shield, Chop Tuber, Collecting with Spenny, Conquertron, Courtney Forsyth, Crotcheted Crafts Gaming, Dark Raider, Demigod Smurder, Denos, Destroyer's Guardian, Devin Dirk, Diamond Igniter, Diana Star Extras, DJ Spin to Win, Earthen Avenger, Eclipse, Ender 010, Fiery Ninja Dog, Frynut Gamer, Fujin Studios, Fuzz Hurricane, Hi I Like Skarners, Jamie, Jacob XD, Jaden064, Jay's Arcade, JJ2 Nexus, Jonathan Fun Videos, Just Hero, KOP, King of Portals, Nightlider, Crypt Crusher, and his secondary channel, Crypt Crushed, Legend of Skylands, Light Up for Skylands, Make 3.0 Shine, Midnight Dark Frost, Mighty Mothra, Myconoid, Molly Lisi, Mr. Test Dummy, Mr. Skylands, Mr. Cat Skylands, Octane Blue, Pirate Dad, Pizza Rolls Are Good, Plush Tendo 64 Gaming, PMB, Portal Master Arai, Portal Masters Unite, Portal Master Jaden, Portal Power TV, PS4 Player Ben, Retex Craft, Rhino Dude, Saku Spear, Sayak and Maisonneau, Seb Does Things, Sir Vipercast, Shadow Dragon, Shattered Shard, Sheriff Crazy Gaming, Sicklander Boy, Simptide, Sir Killalot, Sky Slicer, Skybrooks Gaming 83, Skarner Hunter, Skarner Rob, Skarner Xeon, Skarner's Fan 2004, Skarner's Forever, Skarner's Prime, Skarner's Dude, Skymaster Swarm, Sky Mick, Sky Ninja, Spitfire 5, Splash Shot, Stephen Edwards, Strike, Stuck in the Skylands, Swoosh Doodles, Keel Game Master, Texas Spyro, for Art of Skylands, for Best of Skylands, for Fellowship of Leaf, for Hammer, for Irish Skarner, for Skarner Kid, for Thumbtack Gamer, Thumplander, Tuimi, Totally Not Liam Sullivan, Tree Dude, Trouble Tiki, Two Vicious Dogs YT, United Skarners America, War-Torn Portal Master, What for Sigma, Wild Breaker, Wilfred, Yoshi Kong, Yuri, Zach Cog, and Zonated Jaguars 90. No doubt that listing all of those names may have made some of you rather nostalgic, as you might even remember watching some of them. I know that I certainly felt that way. Seeing so many similar names here really made me struggle to tell some of these channels apart though, and that really emphasizes my point earlier about having a unique, but still Skarner themed name that both stands out and easily tells your audience that, hey, look at me, I'm a Skytuber. As for the list I just went through, some of these channels might not even consider themselves Skytubers, as they dedicate their channels to mostly other things. I know Myconoid is a perfect example of that, but every channel I just mentioned is worth keeping your eyes on, as they may even have videos currently in the works. Like, I have no doubt Crypt Crusher will return soon with another video, but some of the other channels will still upload Skylanders content here and there, which I highly recommend you keep your eyes out for. That's not to say it's something likely for most of these content creators. A lot of them will likely never return to form, so perhaps don't get your hopes up too high, but there is still no harm in shouting them out all the same. It's also important to note that just because people aren't uploading any Skylanders content, that doesn't make them any less active within our community. A lot of those channels still remain active on their other social media platforms like Instagram and Discord. It's just a matter of looking out for them and reaching out to discuss this franchise we all hold so dear to our hearts. I'm sure if you messaged any single one of them, they'd happily chat about the franchise for hours. But now, with all those shout outs out of the way, let's move on to the active Skytuber showcase. This isn't a ranking of all the active Skytubers. Instead, we're simply just going to go through them all in alphabetical order of their channel names once more. Let's kick things off with Bion Hero, a very active member both in his content creation and his interaction with other channels, as I commonly find him in the comment section of many different Skytubers videos. This year alone he has made 5 videos of the Skytubers variety. As the name of his channel would imply, he does also tend to cover the LEGO franchise known as Bionicle, but the main focus here still seems to be on Skytubers. He made a funny editorial video involving a scene from the Iron Giant and editing Skytubers into it, which is a video I quite enjoyed as it brought together 2 things I'm very fond of. It's his most recent upload, however, which showcases his full passion for the franchise and his ability to make professional and entertaining long-form videos, as he created a 56-minute retrospective based on the best element this franchise has to offer, which is fire, of course. If you haven't already, go subscribe to this man. 387 subscribers is criminal. This next content creator is someone who I'm sure that pretty much everybody watching this video is subscribed to already, but I can think of no other Skytuber more passionate about this franchise and more committed to the community than Boombringer. With over 30,000 subscribers, he found his footing with short, meme-based editorial content which was very professionally presented and hilarious to watch, most importantly of all, which is what keeps people coming back. Boombringer has also made videos dedicated to sharing news about the franchise, since he's always talking about the current state of the community, and he's given us information such as the fact that we can now go back and replay Skytubers Lost Islands. I always hear whatever is going on with this franchise through Boombringer first, as he's so incredibly committed and pumps out such consistent levels of high quality content. It's easy to see where those 3,000 subscribers come from, and frankly, I think he deserves way more. Next up is the channel with the most subscribers on this entire list. I'm talking about BRR Games, or in long form it's Black Rhino Ranger Games. He possesses over 65,000 subscribers, which he's garnered over a long career here on YouTube. He's been around for years and has always been uploading Skytubers Flash animations, which frankly are quite impressive. He also fully voices all of his animations to give them that extra professional appeal. If you're somehow not subscribed, then what are you doing? You should go change that right now, and same goes for all of the other Skytubers in this showcase. Next up is Bumble Blaster, someone who wouldn't have even shown up for this video if I chose to make it for its original intended release date of June 1st, 2024, and that's because during this time Bumble Blaster was on his break, so he didn't quite qualify for the active Skytuber showcase that you see before you. But this just goes to show how far channels can come in 1 month, and how easily any single one of the channels I shouted out earlier could come back, because originally Bumble Blaster was slated to be just a shout out, but in this past month alone Bumble Blaster has made 5 videos, including tier lists, analytical breakdowns, and tutorial videos, just to name a few. This content is very professionally made, easily bingeable, and incredibly fun to watch. With the length of each video being what they are, it means that each video never outstays their welcome, and Bumble Blaster even streams frequently. He obviously finds the time because of the videos not needing to take up as much time as they usually would with their shortened length right now. And when it comes to the live streams themselves, they're really enjoyable, especially based on Bumble Blaster's wholesome and inclusive personality, where whenever you watch one of these streams you're bound to have fun and feel included, so that's why it comes highly recommended by me. Next up is a channel I'm very proud of, one of which has already been mentioned in this video, and that is going to be Cloudbreaker. What astonishes me about this Skytuber is not only his ability to produce high quality and professional content, but to do so this consistently. Videos of this caliber take a lot of time to produce to this level of quality, and yet these videos, they keep on coming. Does this man just have no social life or something? But all jokes aside, Cloudbreaker makes such a large variety of content, you can't really pinpoint exactly what it is he makes, because he makes it all. On his channel you can find discussion videos, ranking videos, live streams, and so much more. Next up I'm going to talk about Koeni Boy, one of my personal favourite up-and-coming Skytubers. Recently he started divulging into other gaming franchises, but he still largely focuses on the Skytubers. He even got around to starting up an Ultimate Nightmare lock before I did, so naturally a lot of elements of my carry-on lock are actually inspired by him, because his content is so good in the first place that it inspires me. Apart from that, he also makes 100% guides, collection videos, and challenge videos. It's all very well edited and professionally presented. He takes feedback really well and has continued to improve his videos over time. His level of humbleness is something we can all learn from. Go check out Coney Boy and let's see if we can get him up to at least 300 subscribers, even though he frankly deserves way more than that. Continuing the trend of really high quality videos is Come and Clean Gaming. His level of analysis really impresses me as he gives really in-depth breakdown of Skarner movesets and his videos always provide you with something to learn from. I love his style when breaking things down and giving you genuinely helpful information. It's a video style incredibly unique to him which you won't find anywhere else. He's only uploaded once so far this year, but given this man's schedule I'm willing to wait for the next video as it's guaranteed to be professionally made and incredibly entertaining to watch, but most importantly it's going to be informative and in a perfectly digestible manner. He's really good at explaining things in a means to which anyone can understand him, and that's what gives his videos something to always have something to take away from. Next up is Cool Purple 360. They do make content based on other games, but they still maintain a pretty nice Skarner to non-Skarner video ratio. Recently they've been delving into Trap Team Nightmare mode, and do take notice how I said this playthrough is indeed a co-op playthrough, which is something very unique and not frequently seen here on YouTube. The videos are well edited and the commentary is very entertaining coming from this duo. I'd highly recommend checking it out. Next up is Corn of Light with 772 subscribers. He makes editorial videos which are funny to watch, as well as long form videos where you can see Skarners scanned into certain games on certain platforms, such as every Skarner being placed onto the portal for Skarner's Trap Team on the Nintendo Wii, so that you can see just how scuffed they look. Yeah, what's on screen right now is not pretty, but hey, it's Skarner's Trap Team on the Wii in 2014, they did the best of what they could. Next up is Crash for Skylands. For being a semi-retired Skytuber, he certainly does keep up with uploading content pretty frequently still, even more so than some of these other channels on the showcase thus far, but really it's not about the quantity of videos here, it's about the quality of videos, but luckily for us, Crash seems to have them both. I'm sure we're all familiar with such content at this point. He makes top 5s, gameplay videos, discussion videos, and comedy videos. I found his April Fool's video in particular quite funny and very well made. He'd allow Bash to take over the channel for an entire video, where Bash then proceeded to rank the top 5 Bashers. Let's just say that what wound up happening with that is Bash just yelled rock down the mic for 5 minutes straight. It's hilarious. It's, what I'm saying here is not doing it justice. Crash is naturally a very energetic and charismatic guy. He creates a fun personality to watch unfold before you, and Crash is incredibly humble and friendly, making his videos and the community that watches his channel very welcoming. All of these things in collaboration with one another is what makes Crash for Skylands one of the best active Skytubers. Yes, I don't care that he calls himself semi-retired, he's still going above and beyond this community, which certainly makes him active in my eyes. Next is going to be Joseph, who doesn't upload as frequently as some of the other active Skytubers on this list thus far, but the content he does upload is still very unique and fun to binge through. Each video he makes offers something different from the last, and they're great to provide you with exactly what you want from a video title. If you click a video called All Battle Cries and Spyro's Adventure, then what you're going to get is every battle cry to Spyro's Adventure, something which is frankly quite convenient to have, and it shocks me that no other channel on YouTube has made such a video previously. It's a testament to Joseph's creativity when being the first to make a video such as this. Next up, I have the most talented Skytubers player I've ever seen on YouTube. Duke Eric plays at such a high level, as you can tell from just his video titles alone. Some of these feats he has accomplished are extraordinary. His level of skill few of us will be able to ever achieve, so the elitism of this gameplay is something worth checking out the channel for, as you won't really find it many places other than right here. Well done, Duke Eric, for the extreme challenge videos. I can't wait to see what crazy feats you pull off next. Next up is DUR Does Stuff. This is once again a channel who's covered a variety of concepts, and every video made by this guy is somehow even better than the last. They're very professionally made, and they're so much fun to watch. He creates tier lists for Skytuber animations, which is a very creative concept, and is once again a video concept you don't see anywhere else. These sorts of videos are really deserving of their success. Plus, this Skytuber made an entire video dedicated to Igniter, which is what you're currently watching on screen now. So by default, this makes him a perfect Skytuber. I'm totally not biased at all. Next is Dymastia, with some incredibly impressive viewership numbers. He's made tier lists with really well designed thumbnails, then the videos themselves are really in depth but editing with a fast pace to keep you constantly entertained. The video you're currently watching on screen is a breakdown of which elements are used for most in Skyner Swap Force, which is a very unique and creative concept, executed very well throughout the video itself. It's one thing to have good ideas and another to execute them to this extent. This is an excellent example of how to execute your video ideas really well, and I highly recommend his channel, as 4,000 subscribers really doesn't reflect the high quality that this channel presents itself with. You've probably even seen one of the tier list videos already, given how much traction they've garnered, and not even realised that this is the channel said tier list videos were from. So like I say, I really recommend this Skytuber. Besides Duke Eric, another one of the utmost talented Skynet players I've ever seen on YouTube is LQ, also a channel capable of some really impressive feats. He also collaborates frequently with other creators for racing videos that are incredibly entertaining to watch. This level of skill is rarely seen. It showcases the level of depth in the Skynet gameplay system, which often goes underappreciated, and this channel is just genuinely a lot of fun to watch, whether it's watching the videos after they're published or tuning into the live streams. Next is Firebone Cohen. Now, his subscriber count is painful to look at as it doesn't really reflect the quality found on his channel. Do yourself a favour and go subscribe to this incredible channel. Seriously, drop everything you're doing and go do it right now. This is far more integral to your daily lifestyle, I promise you. And you can come back, you can thank me for it later. For now, focus on subscribing, because Firebone Cohen makes primarily unboxing videos and short videos, but they're all incredibly fun to watch and they keep you entertained throughout their runtime, which is the most important factor behind any YouTube video. The thumbnails are also that perfect balance of conveying what's in the video without being too chaotic and overbearing. Next is Grand Slam Scandalous. He's remained active recently, largely through his shorts, where you're given a challenge to guess the Skylander. It is a great way to engage with your audience through these interactive challenges, and they're presented well in a short form combat. As for videos, what you're watching right now is a tutorial video for making NFC cards, but he's also made discussion and theory videos, all of which are entertaining in their own right. Next I have Jake of Skylands, who is an all-round Toys to Life content creator, a bit like Come Clean Gaming, as he makes gameplay series for both Skylanders and Disney Infinity. He's currently making a giant lock series, and he doesn't let his equipment get in the way of his potential. He may not have a capture card for his gameplay, but he makes the most out of the equipment he does possess. That is some great dedication, and it shows resourcefulness. And it also reinforces my message earlier in this video about just going for it when it comes to making Skylanders content. Regardless on your equipment, the main factor behind your video's quality is how much fun it was for you whilst you were making it. Jake of Skylands clearly knows this quite well, and it's his passion for this franchise which shines out over the picture quality. Next I have John VLC, who makes really funny meme videos that are short and engaging, is what makes them so easily bingeable. His videos on the other hand focus on showcasing the work being made on the Skylanders Imaginators destocked and rebalanced mod. He's really building up the hype for this mod, and I for one cannot wait to check it out. John VLC also actively engages with his audience through community posts that he makes frequently. He asks questions and gets his community's opinions on certain things. It is a great way to keep people interested. The next channel on this showcase is called JT the Portal Master. Putting JT at the start does distinguish his name and makes him easy to find in my subscription feed under the letter J. It's a great showcase of the advice I talked about earlier, but as for the content found on this channel, there are gameplay series and unboxing videos primarily. But the important thing is that they're all engaging and funny to watch, so I'd highly recommend them. The thumbnails are also uniform and very professionally presented, making his channel very aesthetically pleasing to look at. This next channel isn't even English speaking, for the most part that is, but Fuyama is a great example of the impact this franchise has had all over the globe. No matter the different languages we speak and our differences in culture, we are all still brought together by our love for this franchise. Luckily, I don't even need to understand the words to know that Fuyama's videos are passionate and really well made, because from the presentation alone you can see the work that goes into creating these videos in Fuyama's signature style. Next I have Logan Rexy, whose content output is legendary. He makes largely challenge videos, ones of which no doubt take hours upon hours of filming, and then he boils them down into very consumable and fast-paced 30-minute chunks. I'm entertained as well as astonished by the level of skill on display here. I really couldn't recommend his channel enough to all of you. No wonder why he's over 6,000 subscribers already. Next up, we're going to take a look at Mintiac. Now, when it comes to making mods, it's a very difficult and time-consuming process, which is what makes them so admirable to me. Mintiac's entire channel is dedicated to the modern scene in Skylanders, which opens the door to a world I'm sure most people aren't even aware of. There is no greater showcase of passion behind a franchise than fans so dedicated that they effectively create their own content to elevate the games that they hold so dear to their hearts. Mintiac is a celebration of that passion, and his content is always incredible as a result. Next up is a channel that didn't really start with Skylanders. I'm talking about Neon Batteries, who's only recently delved into the Skylanders content creation pool, but he's done so consistently over the past few months. He makes videos dedicated to the lore of Skylands and backstories of certain Skylanders. He has a signature style that you can instantly recognise, which really does set his videos apart from others. He does occasionally get things wrong in his research, but it's still clear that time, effort and research go into his videos to produce a professional looking final result. I find his videos quite entertaining indeed, and I'd highly recommend them to all of you if you've somehow never seen them. Once again, this is a Skytuber very capable of drawing large viewership numbers thanks to his consistency. Next is No Chain, No Gain, which is obviously a name based upon Fuscana Ghost Roaster. Between that and the character himself being found in the channel icon, it's clear to say that he is a Skylanders fan through and through, and this entire channel is a Skylanders reference. On the channel you can find hunting videos, gameplay breakdowns, memes and editorial type videos, all of which are fast-paced, consumable, and incredibly fun to watch. I should warn you though, if you watch one video, you'll find it so good you might even wind up watching a few more. Before you know it, hours have gone by. Next is Number 1, who makes a lot of short videos intended to make you chuckle. They work for this purpose as they're funny and easily bingeable videos, which certainly offer you some entertainment value. I like how he might be making short videos, but this is what makes him able to keep up and continue making the video so consistently. In other words, he doesn't over-accentuate himself and make it harder for him to keep up with making the content. Next up is One Odd Gamer, and his videos certainly do live up to the odd found in his channel name, but the videos being odd is what makes them unique. These videos are largely gameplay based, but with unique and creative twists to provide us with Skylanders content we won't see anywhere else. He's compared Swap Force graphics, made an entire playthrough of a Giants Alpha build, but most fun of all is that he's pumped T-Rex full of God knows how much adrenaline and just let him off the rails completely. Next up is Pro JE420 Blazing. The name is a little bit of a mouthful, but I love the content on display here. The thumbnails are all uniform and they match up with the rest of the channel's aesthetics very well. The on-running series here is called Honestly Rated, where as you can imagine, Skylanders are getting rated, but honestly. He talks about their backstories, makes jokes, and more importantly, he breaks down their gameplay. The videos are very entertaining and more than worth a watch, as they're professionally presented and well edited as cherry atop the cake. Next up is Rainstorm Riddles, not the most active Skytuber on YouTube, but they make up for it with their interactions with the wider community. They make and sell Skylanders customs which are dazzling. The level of skill on showcase here is almost unparalleled. It blows my mind to see such incredible customs which were made by people, Seriously, look at this, a Skarner's chess set. Just imagining the amount of time, effort and skill which went into this is enough to astonish me. Now we have yet another popular Skytuber, famous amongst our quaint little community even. I'm talking about none other than Saving Skylands, which is exactly what he's doing with his level of commitment to this franchise and the community as a whole. Victor conducts regular live streams, which are so much fun to attend as Victor is incredibly charismatic, and with large numbers of people in chat, you always have the chance to strike up conversations with like-minded fans. Victor's content itself also needs no introduction. You always know when you've clicked on a Saving Skylands video based on the professional presentation and raw entertainment value. He's made gameplay, breakdowns, unboxings, vlogs, ranking videos, and discussion videos. Recently he's taken up the opportunity to really involve his community by discussing Skarner's hot takes. I also admire his open-minded approach to videos such as these. But we're now going to move on to SCL Matt the Wandering Collector. That name is quite the mouthful, but just like Rainstorm Riddles, there is a lot more going on here than just the content on display. Matt is always travelling to pick up large Skarner's lots, and then he will showcase said lots before the camera. You see so many Skarner figurines in one video more often than not. He also runs the shop SkarnerCharacterList.com, so his endeavours make it easier for you to complete your Skarner's collection. It's a very unique and entertaining channel, as Matt has the capabilities of doing things no other Skytuber can, and he takes full advantage. Next up is Serbian Skylands. He's made gameplay series, but what I find even more impressive are his 100% reviews. These videos are very well made, and you know how much work and effort has gone into these reviews, as literally 100% of what the games have to offer have been explored beforehand. I'm always entertained by these videos, and they are absolutely well worth a watch. Next up is Shojiki. I apologise if I butchered the pronunciation of that name, but on this channel you can find podcasts, collection videos, and even rare character showcases. Acquiring such items shows great dedication towards this franchise, and the videos themselves are as fun to watch as they are professionally made. In case that's not clear, I'm saying that this is yet another great Skarner-based YouTube channel, to no one's surprise. But one final thing to mention about this channel is that it's highly collaborative. The podcast videos always have special guests, which is a very welcome sight to see. I love it when members of the community come together to make something truly special, and that's exactly what these podcasts stand for. Next up is a channel called Sit Back Reviews, but don't let the channel name fool you. Whilst he has reviewed each of the 6 mainline console Skarner's games with great depth and professionalism, he's also created tier ranking videos as well as a plethora of shorts, ranking characters of different elements, and briefly looking into certain aspects of each game. Once again, this channel comes very much recommended. Next up we have Skater, who uploads a lot of short meme-based videos, which are bound to get a laugh out of you. Once again, the short video style makes it so this content creator can consistently upload the meme content, which I can certainly admire. Next up I have Sky Eater, a channel named after the giant threatening machine Chaos built in Skarner Superchargers. This channel features discussion videos, gameplay videos, and much more. It still offers unique opinions and stories, so it's well worth a watch for something different. This channel certainly comes highly recommended from me, and they're not even at 100 subscribers yet, which is an absolute crime. Next up is going to be yet another top tier Skytuber known as Skylandia. Once again, it wouldn't surprise me if you've already seen his content, so you know just how good it is before this video even showcased it. He's made tutorials, discussion videos, collection videos, and so much more. All of the thumbnails are uniform and very professionally presented. The videos have a perfect length to them, making them easily bingeable. He's actively engaging with his audience as he conducts community polls frequently to keep people interested in his channel, and it really does bring the community together. Skylandia's live streams are really fun as well. They're more unique than your typical stream, as they often centre around mods, so visually the streams are distinctive, and it's another way to highlight the work offered up by other members of the community that they are really committing themselves to. For anyone unaware, this really opens your eyes to the strength, commitment, and passion of our community. Here comes yet another massively popular Skytuber known as Skarner Gamer TV, As of writing the script of this video, he's not been the most frequent when it comes to videos he's uploaded. There's only been one video published in 2024 thus far, but boy is it a good one. I have no doubt Skytubers TV is currently working on something, given the pattern of things he's uploading 2 or 3 videos a year, but given the quality of these videos in the end and how they turn out, I'm more than willing to wait for them, because the level of editing prowess and effort which goes into these videos are unparalleled, and it means that, no doubt, Skytubers TV is always working on something. Now, the channel itself is best known for its simple yet effective thumbnails, and the actual topics he covers are interesting and well presented to the viewer to make for an extremely entertaining and well-spoken video. They're memorable videos which stick with you, and even if they don't, you could easily watch the same videos over and over again because they're just so good to begin with. Next up is Skytubers Liam, a gameplay channel with an absurd number of gameplay series being published at once. This does mean that Skytubers is only as frequent as the other franchises he covers. Every gameplay series on his channel is being covered almost daily. It means that there is always something to sink your teeth into with this content creator. If you're looking solely for Skytubers, whilst you won't get that here, it is still something incredibly frequently showcased on the channel. I'm talking every few days or so. It just so happens that the days in between are dedicated to other gameplay series, where it means that Skytubers ratios compared to non-Skytubers content doesn't look great at first, but I can still assure you that this is an active Skytuber through and through, which is why I felt as though he was worthy of being included in this showcase here, as the gameplay videos are really well made and they're incredibly fun to watch. Next up, I have Skytubers Portalcasters, who upload new podcasts every few months or so. With them being podcasts, this means they're audio focused, so they're easily digestible and you can have them in the background whilst conducting other tasks. The multitasking this form of content allows for is its main draw to the channel in the first place. I myself enjoy listening to a podcast whilst writing video scripts and editing videos for my own YouTube channel. The topics they cover are varied and offer a means for a direct link to people talking personally about our favourite franchise. It's awesome what they've been doing, and I am very much looking forward to seeing, or should I say hearing, what they get up to next. Next up, I have Skytubers Productions. They upload both Skytubers and Crash Bandicoot content. These often come in the form of gameplay and challenge videos. Recently, this channel uploaded a video about achieving 4 world records in Skytubers, which is a great showcase of creativity, and it's what sets Skytubers Productions apart from other content creators. Plus, it's obviously really skillful. I mean, 4 world records in one video, come on, that is very impressive indeed. Next up is Sky Osteen. As of writing the script for this video, he's been playing through Skytubers Box Adventure. He utilises good filming equipment such as a capture card, and there is more emotion and energy brought to his videos thanks to the incorporation of his face cam. Whilst Let's Plays aren't anything unheard of in the YouTube scene, it's still nice to see people caring enough to play through and enjoy these games. It shows that they've held up against time, as we love them to this day as much as we did 10 years ago back when we first played them. Next is Sky Phoenix Jack. This is one of the few Skytubers that featured all the way back in my first original Skytuber showcase, which is still around over 3 years later. That alone is quite admirable. This year alone, he's created collection videos and hunting videos. It's so refreshing to see one of the channels in that original Skytuber showcase is still around, but you can also see the growth of his channel from where he started when I first featured him to now, which is the even cooler part about him sticking to it for these past few years. The content is nicely presented, and whilst editing is minimalistic, that in and of itself is still a editing style, as it means editing never gets in the way of a video, as you barely even notice the editing because of its subtle nature. I love the vlogs on this channel, and I'd highly recommend them to anyone who misses the lost art of a Skytubers hunting vlog. Next is Sky with I, a channel with very high view counts for only 734 subscribers. Let's see if we can get him up to at least 750 subscribers, because this channel deserves it. They create meme videos which are really fun and fast paced to watch through, but this channel is at its best when it's talking about overpowered Skytubers. These videos are just as fun, fast-paced and well-edited as all the others are on the channel. Next up is Skyworld, yet another Skytuber who's been around for quite a while. She streams and creates professional standard videos that discuss a certain topic, such as how expensive buying every Skylanders Chase variant is in the year 2024, or how you can play Skylanders games online now. These videos not only give you a means to learn something new about this franchise, but they serve as a great 40 minutes of entertainment to help you escape the mundane nature of day-to-day life. Our next Skytuber demonstrates exactly what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned about uniformity. Slimy Oreo has a very distinctive visual style which goes hand in hand with their channel name. All of the thumbnails look to me like slime, which is really cool and very well designed. The channel covers gameplay series, meme videos to get a quick chuckle out of you, and even breakdown videos, looking intricately at a gameplay mechanic like the evolution of villains. Is it even worth it? I recommend this channel as it has something for everyone. This next channel is one I'm delighted to be covering because Striker Hero Camo was an active Skytuber in the community that created content years upon years ago, it feels like. It was through him where I started appearing in other channels as a collaborator, and I have so many fond memories of making videos alongside this guy. Unfortunately, for several years now, he has been completely inactive when it comes to making Skylanders content here on YouTube, but that's recently changed. His content is still true to form and just as good as it was all those years ago. He makes custom showcases, top 5 ranking videos, he makes music videos as well as creative editorial / discussion based videos. These are outlandish concepts you won't see appear on any other Skytubers channel, and they're all very well executed. Striker Hero Camo is a welcome return, and I hope we continue to see more from one of our most dedicated and longest creating Skytubers out there. Next is yet another community mainstayer. Terrapog has been around for a while and his content has revolved around music, memes and rankings throughout the years. Whether it's shorter and hilarious editorial videos or longer in-depth videos, you'll find great quality Skylanders content here, which is quite bingeable, so you'll have this content to last you for hours. The Skylander Dude is nearing that 10,000 subscriber threshold, and if anyone on YouTube is deserving of that milestone, it is him. He's recently celebrated 10 years on YouTube, which is resounding in and of itself. To remain committed for that long is nothing short of spectacular. He's best known for his incredible Skylander customs, which showcase a high level of skill in customizing and detailing figurines, but he's also made creative videos with outlandish concepts that you really don't see anywhere else. You wouldn't believe me if I told you about this lineup of videos unless you saw it for yourself. He's created a template custom Skylander, discussed divisive topics within the community, exposed every Skytuber, discussed the failure of Battlecast, conducted Skylanders hunting in 2024, reacted to weird Skylander TV commercials, bought a store kiosk, used AI to write a video script, and built a Skylander shelf display. All of that in the last 9 months. This much creativity is often spread across multiple channels, but is never found all in the same place. These are very hard shoes to fill, but it acts as an example of what we're all capable of and what we should all strive for. This is the potential of our community incarnate. Next up is for Skymaster. He focused primarily on meme-based content. A lot of these videos are short and incredibly bingeable, just based upon how sheerly entertaining they are. But there are also ranking videos and discussion videos to be found on this channel, so you can easily find anything that you might be looking for. Once again, I admire the creativity on display here. Next is Toys to Life World. As the channel name implies, this channel doesn't focus solely on Skylanders, but instead they create content on all forms of Toys to Life, including Starlink as well. The Skylander videos don't have commentary and largely just focus on something like a cutscene or gameplay mechanic, but these videos all make up his Skylanders Memories series. This encourages you to click onto the videos as you may have nostalgic feelings towards the thing that the video is titled after, and I tell you what, these videos are great at fulfilling upon the purpose of giving you a nice nostalgic kick. Even without a capture card, this Skytuber has been committed and determined, making the best out of the resources that they have, and I sure can respect that. Next up is What for Skylanders? A channel which revolves around unpacking large lots of Skylanders they purchase online. It's always cool to see what bargains they come across, and getting to see this many figurines in one video is always appealing. It helps that these two have incredible on-screen chemistry with one another, which really elevates the entertainment value of these videos tenfold. Next up is Wrecking Ball Forever. Despite my hatred for Wrecking Ball as a character, I would never let that get in the way of enjoying an awesome Skytuber. Fun fact, for a joke back in 2017 when my channel was extremely small, I renamed myself to Wrecking Ball Forever for a few weeks before changing my name into what it is today. But getting back on to the Skytuber at hand, this channel features all sorts of different Skylanders content. There are gameplay series and challenge videos, there are lists, rankings, and even long form pieces of content, such as for coverage of every heroic challenge from Spyro's Adventure all in one video. This is certainly a high quality channel that has remained very consistent in terms of uploading. It is impressive to see just how consistent we can get from one creator. And last but most certainly not least, we have your average Portal Master. This channel does not cover Lock series in full, but instead of what they'll do is they'll make more editorial style videos where they highlight the best of what these series have to offer. Naturally, this makes them extremely entertaining as they're all the best parts meshed together. They've also made meme compilations and gameplay challenge videos such as speedruns. There is always new content being uploaded to the channel, or there is plenty to go back and watch as well. The nature of the fast-paced channel makes it very bingeable. There are also consistent live streams to look out for. If you ever catch one live, you're in for some fun, because just like any other Skylanders live stream, you'll have the opportunity whilst it's live to chat with like-minded fans. With over 60 channels having been featured, that does it for the Skytuber Showcase. Let me just emphasise that when it comes to the community's reach, this doesn't even begin to scratch upon the surface, because there are plenty of Twitch streamers, Discord servers, subreddits, mod creators, and so much more working in conjunction with one another to honour this franchise we all hold so dear to our hearts. This video has just been focusing solely on the YouTube side of creation, as this is a YouTube video in and of itself. Even then, whilst I've tried my absolute hardest to ensure that we have a video with all the active Skytubers in one place, I'm sure I may still have accidentally missed off a couple of channels. So to those channels I did miss, I highly apologise. I'm only human and therefore I make mistakes. But looking on the bright side, here is the opportunity for you to advertise yourself in the comment section below. Go crazy self-promoting yourself. Let me know if you're an active Skytuber so that I can update the video description with your name in it. This Skytuber Showcase has also been a compilation of what the Skylanders community has to offer in terms of YouTube content. Each of these Skytubers adhere to my advice given at the beginning of this video in some form or another. It's nice how the structure of this video has turned out, given that I started by giving you some advice of my own, and then you can see what that advice looks like visually through these other Skytubers who've garnered the audiences they have because they've stuck to it and they've continued to upload the content that they enjoy making. Let me just reiterate, you can't get anywhere fast on YouTube, especially given that a lot of it is down to luck. It could take you 10 years to get 1,000 subscribers, or it could take you a week. In the end, it's just a number. I wouldn't worry about it, because if you enjoy making the content that you're making, then that is where you reap the rewards, not in the number of subscribers you have. But moving on, in the interest of keeping this video more up to date than my previous endeavours with this form of content, what I'll be doing is that every few months I'll update the description below so that you can always find a list of the current active Skytubers in this video's description whenever you're craving new Skylanders content. I'll add channels that I shouted out earlier if they ever become active again, as well as new Skytubers that pop up in the future, and I'll also be sure to remove any channels that become inactive over the coming years. This proves that I didn't really have malicious intentions when excluding some creators from the full Skytuber Showcase. It was all in the best interest of the video. And whilst I can't update the video itself, what I can on the other hand do is update the description whenever it's necessary. I sincerely hope I get to update the description soon with either new content creators or older ones that have become active again. That truly would be incredible and a dream come true for me. Either way, the listening description will always be up to date. Now it's time for celebration. I feel as though it's obvious by the hours I've spent slaving away at this video, but I love this community. There is no other community on YouTube that comes close to the acceptance, understanding and friendliness of the Skytubers community. We all strive to lift each other up, and in the process we lift ourselves up. Even if the phrase, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, was to be true, in our community I don't believe we have such a thing as a weakest most link, making our chain very strong either way you look at it. Many Skytubers who've stuck with it no matter what have proven how resilient and talented our community truly is. To anyone on the outside who's experiencing our community for the first time, they can instantly see what makes our little niche community different from any other. This form of community simply isn't something you get from large and chaotic franchises. We live in a space where even the biggest content creators still care for and actively interact with the smaller creators, never seeing themselves as superior in any way. In other words, our community is as humble as it is warm and welcoming. I'm glad to have given you all such a personal video today. Once again, a video which probably wouldn't have become so personal if I was involved in a community with a different culture to this one, but the culture of the Skytubers community is what makes it so incredibly different, because we all value each other and we always make sure to see what other people have to say, and we do so with respect. We all give each other a voice, and every day we wake up to incredible commenters who make it all worth it. It becomes so easy to ignore the negativity when all the positivity of the community drowns it all out. To conclude this video, I have something to celebrate of myself. We recently hit 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, and there are no words proficient enough to express my immense gratitude toward each and every one of you who's felt as though my content of all things is good enough to warrant subscribing to this channel. I'm truly humbled by such an astounding gesture. To get even more personal with this video than I have been already, let me tell you something about this franchise. This franchise has not only shaped my life for better, it's also my saviour. I got through some mentally challenging times in my childhood thanks to Skytubers. I am the person I am today because of Skytubers. No matter what happens to the future of this franchise, there is no taking that away from me. Haters gonna hate, and you know what? That's okay. If that's something they feel they need to do, if it somehow makes them feel better for themselves, so be it. In fact, I'm actually happy for them. I'm glad they could find happiness in that. If it's truly what makes them happy, then power to them. But I'm unbelievably proud of this channel, and I'm even prouder of the community it's a part of. I honestly couldn't picture myself doing anything other than this on YouTube, so I want to thank every single one of the incredible channels I've featured in this video. I want to thank them for helping to keep this franchise alive. I want to thank them for reminding me of the triumphs from my childhood brought about by this franchise, and I want to thank them for giving me a means to escape into their videos during times of hardship. But most importantly of all, I want to thank all of the viewers on behalf of all of our channels. I speak for every Skytuber here when I say that you are the ones who make it worth it in the end, and we couldn't do any of this without you. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!